Today we are looking for long trades. Yesterday we looked at the macro, the daily time frame here on the Bitcoin chart, and it said sit in your hands, wait it out, wait until the market show his hands to see what we can do. That's also exactly what I did, and the answer is that we went slightly lower, and now I am looking for longs. And I also said in yesterday's update, tomorrow we will zoom in on a smaller time frame. We're going to look for a couple of trades. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. I am going to look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour. This is the Bitcoin price on the 1 hour, and as you can see, we had a little bit of a drop. This was actually the very late New York session, even after post New York session, where the just before the Asian Open, and then we went lower. So it was a little bit of a weird time frame. So here there were just no trades, but now it looks like we are setting ourselves up for a few good trades that we can take, and my bias is to look for longs, because I think that we might first get another drop down, and then we can look for longs. Why am I saying that? Well, we have this low right here, we have this slight low, and then we have this slight low, and we have a naked point of control. That is that yellow line you see here. Let me make it a little bit thicker so it's a bit more obvious to see. So what I'm actually just looking for is that we do something like this, where we take out all the lows, and then to go higher, then we would also create a very nice bullish divergence here on the 1 hour, but I do want to see money flow then curving to the upside when that happens. And then we also have our little bit of a bigger higher low. Would we go lower, then I'm still looking here at the golden pocket, and this is measured from the absolute lows that we made here all the way to the top and back to the golden pocket. The nice thing about this golden pocket is that it also lines up with a naked point of control based on a daily time frame. And there you can see that it's also a bit more of an area. So you have these highs and you have these lows. I would really treat it as a trading area. And if we eventually would do something like this with price, where maybe go lower, have a scalp out of that level, and eventually to go lower into this box, I would be very much looking forward to long this level. But I do need to see a confirmation. So again, this could be something like a bullish divergence here on the 1 hour, preferably even on the 4 hour. If I quickly zoom out, then you can see that that could be the case, but I think that probably needs a few more days to play out if we really want to have it on a bigger time frame. But that is definitely a place that I'm looking for a long trade. And if else, and that's kind of right away the line in the sand, is that we have another naked point of control, a weekly naked point of control, and another daily naked point of control, and that's also exactly here at the 78.6 at and around 57. So let's say we're starting off from 57,000 all the way up to 58. So let me just take this out and also draw a box that is a little bit easier to see. Whoops. So that would be right here. So from 57-ish to approximately 58, and then to go long, that would be really nice. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this out and just put in these long trades. That's easier for you guys to read. And the long from the golden pocket, by the way, starts off from approximately 60,000 to 59. So let's take this every time with approximately $1,000. I think that's pretty doable here on this level. So these are the two best long trades that you can have, because then you really have a textbook retracement. But the reason why I also want to give you this third long trade is that we might not get that deeper retracement, and we already are going higher, and then this is your low, and then we are off to the races. And actually I am expecting then new all-time highs. So I'm not saying that if we get a scalp from this level right away we're going to all-time highs, but if we really see market structure then in my favor, I do actually think that eventually we're going off to the race and we're going higher. But of course it could also happen, like I said earlier, that you're getting something like a scalp from this level, and then you go up 1 or 2%, people think, yeah, that was it, and then eventually we're dumping down again, and people think, yay, that was it, and then we're dumping down again, and then you're off to the races. So always just enter the trade, take profit along the way, move your stop loss, because if you suddenly dump, for example here on the Asian session, then at least you're going home with some profit, and you have secured your bag by setting your stop loss to after your entry, so you're protecting your capital. These for now are the most important long trades that I'm looking at, and as I said, I am favoring longs right now because we are just now coming down. So I think it's a good time for us to make a little bit of a move to the upside after, of course, then taking this liquidity. Would we go higher from here? Then I have a few short trades. Not so super preferred, to be honest with you. It will be very locally. So I'm now zooming in here on the 15 minute. Then I would take a short once we are taking out these highs, and I will mark them for you so that you can see it. So it's really taking out these highs right here. Then liquidity is taken from the top, we're going higher, eventually losing it in, and then taking the short, and then of course the target would be where we would be entering longs. So first here this low, this makes a lot of sense, but actually I want to see it lower than to this negative point of control. Depending on where your entry is, this could be one hell of a trade regarding the risk to reward, so at least a 1 to 10. So you don't need sometimes these very big trades all the way from the top or the bottom, say, oh, I caught the exact top, the exact bottom, but sometimes you just need it from the exact, from a very precise level with a very tight invalidation, and then just let it ride to the downside. And I think we can definitely get that. Other than that, yes, you could take it from the golden pocket, from this area. There's a case to be made, not really preferred, although I really like trading in golden pockets. But yeah, you have these lows, so you could say this was support, now this area should be resistance, but it's also a little bit in the middle of nowhere, as you can see when we had that drop down. So there's just not so much market structure, so I would be a little bit careful. And also because if you do take this trade, then textbook says, or at least the principle says, that you need to put your stop loss here above the highs. That then right away becomes quite a big stop loss. We're talking here about approximately 2%. For me, I find that quite a lot. I like to keep it under 0.5% of a stop loss. So yeah, that's not so nice. So if you really want to take this trade, if you think this is going to be it, I would say wait for something locally and then put your stop loss here just above the golden pocket. Yes, there's always a risk that you go higher, wick you out, and then we get the actual move. That's then a loss that you're taking, but that would be my more preferred scenario, so that you can keep a tight stop loss and that you also can therefore remain a pretty high risk to reward. So try to be a little bit creative with this, and of course then lower your leverage and lower your position size if you're taking this trade. Would we go higher from here? Actually, there's not a whole lot, folks. We have these highs, they're easy to be taken out. Here there's no market structure, and this was actually pretty close to the all-time high of 73,000. It's just not a whole lot above. I can even zoom out here on the let's do the 4 hour. You can see there's actually not a whole lot. We also left some liquidity here and here, so yeah, it can be a pretty big squeeze to the upside where we eventually do something like this, and then I think actually within a day, maybe two, you are here to the top. So be careful with shorting from these higher levels. For now, locally today, these are my two preferred shorts, where this one I would definitely try to take. This one I would be very careful. Everything above this level, so 65, 66, I would be very careful with shorting, and be very aggressive on the stop loss of moving it to entry or past entry once you're able, because like I said, there is a possibility for a squeeze. Whoop. 3 longs, 2 shorts. Very locally, the longs are a bit more on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, and the shorts are very locally on let's say the 5 and the 15 minute. That would be it today. I hope that you liked the content. Hope it was not too messy for you. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I will be more than happy to help you out and comment on them. Also, if I am taking one of these trades, I will update you on Twitter, so make sure you follow me there. The link to my Twitter and to my Instagram you find in the comments below. When you're down there anyways, then please also do me a favor by liking, subscribing, clicking on the bell, clicking all so you don't miss anything, and see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.